Hello, Ava Diamond here reporting on ancient civilizations in Latin America. First, we're going to start with the Mayans. It is a beautiful day here in the Yucatan Peninsula in this independent city-state. Trade has been thriving with the diverse environment. Slash and burn and terrace farming has led to a surplus of food. Their main food source was corn, and they were very afraid of crop failure. Each city-state had their own king, and they had a decentralized government. Kings were in charge of the bloodletting. Bloodletting was the draining of the king's blood for sacrifice and communication to God. Sometimes they even had human sacrifice to communicate with God, but not very often. Their knowledge in math and their accurate calendars made them very advanced compared to other civilizations in their time. The Mayans borrowed ideas from many other civilizations as well, like the Olmecs. The Mayans followed a polytheistic religion, and they believed in animism. Animism was the belief that places, objects, and creatures had spirits. Mayans are very well known for how advanced they were, and their many great creations. Some of the buildings they made still stand today. Mayans had an extensive library of written books with their written language glyphs. Their knowledge of medicine was also very advanced for their time, and they had a very advanced astronomy. Some reasons for their decline could have been disease, fighting, or lack of food, or their slash and burn could have caused deforestation, which led to no fields to grow crops. Now on to Jazzy, who will explain the Inca civilization.
Hey, I'm Jazzy and Janelle, live with you to speak about the Incas. The Incas was a strong empire that was located in Andes Mountains, Peru. Peru is located in South America. With their strong centralized government and totalitarian king helped spread the empire. With their strong kings, they believed that they were descendants of the sun gods. With the rest of the empire, they believed that they were children of the sun. They also as well had human sacrifices and believed in different gods, but not as many gods as the Mayans. Although the Mayans did have a written language, the Incas didn't. Instead, they used a rope with several knotted strings tied off of it. From the position of the knots, the length, and the color of the string, this was called a kiwu. These messages were taken by the Chasquis. Chasquis used a relay written system to deliver a message to a government official. All the information on the kibbutz would be about invaders, the update on the empire with the economic goods, trading, and etc. Chasquis ran through different types of built-in technology made by the Incas, which is in our next topic. Their technology was built to fit their environment. They built rope bridges, tunnels, terraces, and over 14,500 miles of roads. With these roads built helped the Chasquis relay their messages. Incas built large stone temples and buildings without using mortar. With all the roads built, it helped good trading routes. Even with the good trading routes, there were still some problems with the trading due to the mountainous territory they had. But even with all the mountains did not stop them from farming. The Incas used a terrace farming technique where they would cut flat steps onto the sides of the mountains for farming areas. All this was done without any influence from the east until the empire was destroyed by the arrival of Francisco Pizarro. In 1535, less than 200 conquistadors were able to defeat an empire with millions of peoples with European diseases. That diseases caused 2 Incan kings to die. A civil war broke out due to the 2 kings dying and with a struggle of someone keeping hold of the empire. And now that the Spanish arrives, they have conquered the rest of the Incan people that survived with the disease. With all it's done, this is Jazzy and Janito switching to Casey Aponte.
Here, live and ready, reporting on the Aztecs, I'm Casey Aponte. In today's report, we will be talking about a multitude of facts on this particular island and its people. Starting with our fun facts. Did you know our lovely Aztecs were the first to invent chocolate? And they had a drink similar to what we call today hot chocolate or hot cocoa. These people lived on Lake Texcoco and founded a town, their home, Tenochtitlan. Located in northern Mexico was their strong empire, so strong in fact that when the conquistadors came to conquer them, they lost every single time. We will get into that. The Aztecs believed in polytheism. Back to the chocolate, they believed the cocoa beans were gifts from their gods. They even used them as currency. To honor their gods, the Aztec people held sacrifices, consisting of many butterflies and hummingbirds. However, there were some self-sacrifices. Over the reign of this empire, 1300 to 1521 AD, there were 250,000 human sacrifices. How it worked was they used obsidian blades, sliced the chest of their victims, and held out the beating heart to their gods. Now the conquistadors, who by the way were the first to use germ warfare, our main guy, Hernan Cortez, came to Tenochtitlan for the 3 G's, glory, gold, and God. The Aztecs had many riches, gold. They would have conquered new land, glory, and they wanted to spread Christianity, God. Cortez threatened the leader, Montezuma II. Montezuma figured out a way to let Cortez in by making it seem as if he was one of their gods, Quetzalcoatl. But the Aztecs accepting of their god, unbeknown that their king had just given them up to save himself, they celebrated him. In return, Cortez and his crew gave the Aztecs blankets full of the only thing superior about them, their germs. And now, the Spanish conquistadors' germs spread, killing off many Aztecs, weakening them. Then comes the time that the Aztecs and conquistadors go to war. The conquistadors won, obviously, but it was all thanks to the germs they spread. Another fun fact. The conquistadors never won against the Aztecs before their germs settled in. Ever. That is just another show of how incredibly, insanely strong the Aztec military was. And looking at the time, that is all I have today on the Aztecs. Ponte out.